Hello student, in last video we discussed the methods of expression concentration. What are they means? We discussed what? Weight by weight percentage, weight by volume percentage, volume by volume percentage, and then we switch to what? Molarity, normality, molality, mole fraction. Okay. Now let us discuss solubility. Okay. What is the here definition of solubility means what? Means the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in a given amount of solvent at a given temperature is termed as its solubility at that temperature. What is the meaning of that? That means here take one glass of water. Okay, I am taking the one glass of water. In that you are going to, this is my water. Water is in excess, so it is a what? Solvent. Okay, solvent. In that you are going to add some sodium chloride, nothing but salt. Okay, this is our salt. This is a solute. Okay, so now you are going to add the salt some amount. You are going to increase one by one. Here you can see I am talking about this one at room temperature. This is at what? Room temperature. So at room temperature, if you see, you are going to add some amount of salt, one pinch of salt, it's going to dissolve. Again you are going to add some amount of salt, it's going to dissolve. Like that you are going to increase where it is going to be increase. You are going to increase the sodium amount, sodium chloride salt, one. Okay, you are going to increase more, but what happen after certain time is going to be solubility going to be decreases. Okay, means it can be dissolved. This amount of water can dissolve only some amount of sodium chloride only. Okay, means here the maximum amount of solute, okay, after adding a certain amount, it does not going to dissolve. Okay, mean for example you can tell, okay, 3-4 tablespoon of sugar, sodium chloride can dissolve in the given amount of water. Mean that is what? Solubility. Okay, the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in a given amount of solvent at a given temperature. So I am talking temperature what? At room temperature. Okay, otherwise if you increase the temperature, what happens? Solubility going to be increases. Here I am talking about the what? Room temperature, means depends on the temperature. Okay, at given temperature is termed as solubility at that temperature. Means here this is the solubility of sodium chloride in water. Okay, nothing but solute. At what extent solute can dissolve in the solvent at given temperature is called as a what? Solubility. Okay, let us see now. The solubility of solute in a liquid depends upon the following factors. Okay, so here what we are taking? We are taking the solute in a what? Solvent as a liquid. Okay, here we discussed we have the types of solutions. In that we have liquid solution, gaseous solution, and solid solution. So liquid solutions means what? If solvent is a liquid, it's called as a what? Liquid solutions. Okay, now I am talking about the what? Solubility of solute in a liquid. Okay, means nothing but here solvent is a what? Liquid, depends on the following factor. Okay, so solubility we discuss. Okay, now what are the factors affecting the solubility? Okay, now if you see, the first one is what? Nature of solute. Okay, second one is nature of solvent, third one temperature of the solution, fourth one is pressure. Okay, how these are going to affect, I will discuss one by one. Next in this section, okay, we will discuss solid and gas as a solute and liquid as a solvent, nothing but that is liquid solution. So actually if you see here, liquid solutions means in that solute may be solid, gas, liquid. Okay, so but in our textbook, okay, academic textbook, we have the solute here. In this case we are going to use only solid and gas. We are not going to discuss about the liquid. Okay, so in this section, so we are going to discuss about the solid, gas as a solute and the liquid as a solvent, nothing but liquid solutions only. Okay, now let us discuss first section. What is that is? In this case, solubility of a solid in a liquid, means in this case what happened? You are taking the solid as a solute, liquid as a solvent. Okay, liquid as a solvent for this our case, for both the cases, but first case is what? You are taking the solid as a solute. Okay, now let us discuss here. Solubility of one substance into another substance depends upon the nature of the substance. Okay, so here how means, for example what I told, for example if you taking the sodium chloride going to dissolve in the water, means it depends on the nature of two substances, means it depends upon the solute, depends upon the solvent also. Let us see how example here. If you see, first I am talking about nature of solvent. Okay, here already we discussed nature of solvent. Okay, there is general discussion. Now come to, we are discussing the case what? Solid as a solute, liquid as a solvent. In that first one is what? Nature of solvent. Okay, how the nature of solvent going to affect the what? Solubility of solutions. Okay, now here we have the one word, one sentence, what? Like dissolves like. What is the meaning of this one? Means polar solutes dissolve in polar solvents and Non-polar solutes in non-polar solvent. Means what here? If you take the polar compound dissolves in the polar, means both are polar, can dissolve easily. If non-polar, if you take solute, that also non-polar, means it can dissolve easily. Okay, why? Because means soluble depends on why. Here if you see, in general, a solute dissolve in a solvent, okay, when means if the intermolecular interactions are similar in the two. What is the meaning of that one? Means, for example, you know very well, sodium chloride going to dissolve in the water. Okay, why it is possible? Means the intermolecular attraction for the both the cases same. Then only it is going to be dissolved. If it is not if it is not same, it does not going to dissolve. Okay, so intermolecular attraction forces are same, then only going to be dissolved. Okay, now let us see example here. Every solid does not dissolve in a given liquid. For example, if you take any solid, it is dissolved in any liquid, means no. While for example, if you take while sodium chloride and sugar, these are both are polar. Okay, dissolves readily in water. Okay, means what? Sodium chloride is a polar, sugar also polar. These are both are solute. We are going to dissolve in the water, that is solvent, means polar compound can dissolve in the polar solvent. So now polar means in sodium chloride, sugar easily can dissolve in the water. But if you take the naphthalene, it is a non-polar, and anthracene, it's also non-polar. Do not means naphthalene, anthracene does not going to dissolve in the water. You can see best example. Generally we use the naphthalene balls. Okay. Generally we simply will throw in the sink, washrooms. What happened? It does not going to dissolve. Okay. If it dissolves means immediately it has to be disappear. But you know very well those are does not going to dissolve. So, because why? Because means here interactions are does not going to match. So, naphthalene and anthracene does not going to dissolve in the water, but sodium chloride sugar going to dissolve in the water. Why? Because means polar, this is a polar, but here what happened? Naphthalene, anthracene, this is a non-polar, but water is a polar. So, this is not going to dissolve in the water. Next, on the other hand, naphthalene and anthracene dissolves in readily in benzene. Okay, but sodium chloride and sugar do not. Why? Because means if you see now, naphthalene, anthracene, okay, these two can dissolve in the benzene. Why? Because means it is benzene is a solvent, it is non-polar. Naphthalene, anthracene, those are all non-polar. So non-polar compounds can dissolve in the non-polar solvent. But sodium chloride sugar is what here? Polar. So does not going to dissolve in the non-polar solvent like benzene. So is indicate what? Like dissolves like. Okay. So this is the what? Nature of solvent. Next here we have one definition, dissolution. What is the meaning of dissolution? Means when a solid solute is added to the solvent, some solute dissolves and its concentration increases in solution. This process is known as dissolution. Means what is the meaning of that? Means for example, again. So here again taking the sodium chloride. Okay, if you for the glass of water, okay, water is a solvent. If you add a pinch of salt, what happen? Okay, you will get some saltiness. Again you are going to add the again pinch of salt. So slowly what happen? You are getting the what here? Means saltness going to be increases. It indicate what? Means here sodium chloride nothing but solute going to dissolve in the water solvent. Okay, so that is what the dissolution means. When a solid solute, just now we took the sodium chloride, is added to the solvent nothing but water, some solute dissolves and its concentration increases in solution. So once the solute solvent going to mix together, what we call solution. So slowly sodium chloride solute nature, what? Concentration of solute going to be increases. Okay, so that process is called as what? Dissolution. Next we have the definition, what? Crystallization. What is the meaning of crystallization? Means some solute particles in solution collide with the solid particles and get separated out of the solution. This process is known as crystallization. What is the meaning of that one? Means here, okay, for example, sodium chloride, already some amount of sodium chloride is dissolved. Okay, now what happened when you are going to add some sodium chloride, means we have the crystal structure of sodium chloride. Okay, ionic compound, we have the crystal structure. So what happened here? We have some solid particles already dissolved. These are does not dissolve. So what happened? Whatever the solid particles are dissolved and undissolved particles, they are going to collide with each other. So slowly what happened here? If you see some solid particles in solution, means already they are mixed with the solution, collide with the solid particles. So now these solid particles collide with the what? solute particles which are present in the solution. Again what happens, so slowly they are going to separate out, okay, that process, okay, and get separate out of the solution. That means simply they are coming out of. This process is known as crystallization, okay. So simply whatever the, here simply what I want to convey means whatever the dissolved sodium chloride is, it will be again, it will be come out as a crystal, okay. How means whatever the undissolved solid particles are, remember sodium chloride is there, that collide with the dissolved solid particles and slowly it will be come out. This process called as what? Dissolution. Okay, now next we have the dynamic equilibrium. What is the meaning of dynamic equilibrium means? Here a stage is reached when two processes, nothing but, that is why dissolution and crystallization occur at the same rate. Means what? Dissolution, here we have two processes, okay. First we have the dissolution, okay, dissolution, and we have the word crystallization. So crystallization means what here? Crystallization, both process we have. So dissolution means what here? Solute particles are undergoing the what? Solution, okay. So now crystallization, what happen here? Here we have the solute undergoing in the solvent, okay, is going to dissolve. So in crystallization what happened? From the solution, okay, from the solution what happened? Solute particles are coming back, okay, means here dynamic equilibrium, what happened? Dissolution and crystallization both are present in the equilibrium, means solute is going to dissolve in the solvent. After that whatever the some solid particles are there, they are collide with the dissolved solid particles and coming out, okay. Again you are getting back to some solid particle. That process called as what? Dissolution. Now so where the dissolution and crystallization taking place at the same rate, that is called as what? Dynamic equilibrium, okay. Next, under such conditions number of solid particles going into solution will be equal to the solid particles separating out and a state of dynamic equilibrium is reached. So here what happened? Here if you see, for example, I taking the 100 solid particles are there, okay. 100 solid particles are dissolving in the solvent, okay. Then because of crystallization what happened? Again 100 solid particles are came back. So what happened here? If you see, the number of solid particles are same in the solution at that time. If dynamic equilibrium is reached, means dissolution is going to crystallization going to become same as same rate. Dissolution means at that time number of solid particles will be same in the solution. Now at this stage the concentration of the solute in solution will remain constant under the given condition, that is temperature, pressure. Means if I taking the with the sodium chloride and water, particular what? Room temperature. If dissolution and crystallization is same, means what happened at that time? The concentration of solution will be same. Depends on the temperature is important. Once you change the temperature, it's going to be vary, okay. So for the solubility you have to take the temperature is should be at what temperature you have to maintain, okay. That is a, you have to mention that at what temperature you are talking about the solubility. Next, here depending upon the amount of solute dissolved in a solvent, types of solution here we have, okay. So again we have here types of solution, what depends on the amount, okay. In the previous we discussed about nature of solute. Nature of solute, maybe that may be liquid, that may be solid, that may be gas. But here what? Amount, okay, means how much quantity, depends on the quantity. Here we have the types of solution. First one what we have? Unsaturated solution, okay. Next we have saturated solution. Third one we have supersaturated solution, okay. Let us discuss one by one now. Unsaturated solution means what? A solution in which more solute can be dissolved without raising the temperature is called unsaturated solution. So what is the meaning of, for example, okay. Again here I am taking the one glass of water, okay. Why we are taking every time this one means this one is generally we can use our home also. So for example you are taking the water as a solvent in this case, okay, water as a solvent. So you are going to add 1 pinch of sugar, 1 pinch of sugar. So what happened here? Do you need heating? No, without any heating of temperature, without any heating you can easily you can observe the dissolving of sugar in the solvent, nothing but water, okay. You no need to go for the heating. Means here a solution in which more solute can be dissolved without raising the temperature. Here you can see we are going to add the sugar one by one pinch of, means you no need to go for the heating. That type of solution is called as, this is here this is sugar is what? Solute. Now solute plus solvent called as a what? Solution. So this type of solution is called as a what? Unsaturated solution. Means it is again going to ask the solute, give me, okay, it's going to again unsaturated, means it's not happy with the amount of solute. Again is asking, that type of solution is called what? Unsaturated solution. Now saturated solution means what? A solution in which no solute can be dissolved further at a given temperature is called saturated solution. Okay, for example, you know very well, I want to make the sugar syrup, okay, without heating. So you know very well, if you add, for example, for 1 glass of water, if you add the 5 tablespoons of sugar, that is sufficient. Okay, if you add excess, means at that time we have to go for the heating. Okay, here I am talking that you are going to add the sufficient amount of sugar to the water without heating, it has to be dissolved. Okay, that is called as what? Saturated solution. Okay, first case what? You are going to add the pinch of sugar, means very less. Again our solvent asking that give me some solute I can dissolve, means it is non-saturated, means it's not satisfied with the solute. Okay, again is asking, so it's called as what? Unsaturated. Now saturated means what? Okay, this much amount of solvent can dissolve amount of what? Some amount of sugar, that is sufficient. Okay, I am not going for heating. Without heating you have to dissolve the some amount of sugar, that is called as a what? Saturated solution. Means given amount of solvent, the amount of sugar is sufficient. Okay, now so a solution is in which no solute can be dissolved further at a given temperature is called saturated solution. Okay, next we have the one unsaturated solution. Means what here? Supersaturated. Okay, supersaturated solution means what? A solution which contain more solute than that would be necessary to saturate it at a given temperature is called supersaturated solution. For example, again here what happened? For 1 glass of water, if you add 1 glass of sugar, what happened? Then you can understand it does not dissolve easily. Okay, so then you have to go for the heating. Here that type of solution is called what? Supersaturation. Means it is this, so the amount of solute is more than that of required for the solvent. Okay, that is called what? Supersaturated. Means I am taking the simply glass of water, if you add the pinch of sugar, that is what? Unsaturated. Means this our solvent has the capable of dissolving more amount of solute again. Okay, next saturated solution means what? For a given amount of solvent you can add the sufficient amount of sugar, without heating it can be dissolved, that is called what? Saturated solution. Supersaturation means what? You are going to add more amount of solute than its capacity, that is called as what? Supersaturated solution. So you know very well, while making the what sugar some sweeter, what happened? You're going to add the more amount of sugar in the water. So what happened? At room temperature it does not going to dissolve. So what you are going to do? Simply you are going for the heating, then you can get easily what? Sugar syrup. Okay, like that we are going to prepare. Means at that time it indicate what? It is a supersaturated solution. Okay, next let's discuss here effect of temperature. So here effect of first already we discussed here. What we discussing about the solubility of solids factor, first nature of solvent over. Okay, nature of solvent over. Next we have the effect of temperature. Okay, the solubility of a gas of a solid in a liquid is significantly affected by temperature. Okay, so when a solid is there, it's going to dissolve in the liquid, means it has temperature effect. Definitely it has. How it is? Let us see. In general, in a nearly saturated solution, the dissolution process is endothermic. The solubility should increases with rise in temperature, and if it is exothermic, okay, the solubility should decreases. What is the meaning of here? Means here, for example, okay, sodium chloride, if you take the saturated solution, means what? Here solid you are adding to the water in sufficient amount. Okay, here addition of sodium chloride to water, it is an example for endothermic reaction. Nothing but what? Delta H is positive. Means in that for this reaction we need the temperature. Okay, it's going to take the temperature. So this reaction is example for what? Endothermic reaction. For this reaction, okay, if you increase the temperature, what happens? Solubility going to be increases. Means sodium chloride can be easily dissolved in the water. Okay, next if you see if the reaction is exothermic reaction means what? Again if you take the one beaker, okay, if you take the sodium hydroxide as a solute and water as a solvent, okay, The reaction between these two is exothermic process. Okay, exothermic process means delta H was negative. Already we discussed in the thermodynamics also. So in this case what happened? Okay, in general if you see in the lab in practicals also, take the one beaker, you add a sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide pellet. What happened? Immediately you can see the walls of the test tube is going to be heat. Okay, means it indicate means in the reaction heat is going to evolve, that means delta H is negative. In this case what happen, if you increase the temperature, what happens? Solubility going to be decreases. Here what happen? If a reaction is endothermic, okay, if increase the temperature, what happen? If increase the temperature, solubility going to be increases. When it is possible, if the reaction is endothermic, means for the reaction we need the temperature. So here if increase the temperature, solubility going to be increases. But if you see the, for example, sodium hydroxide pellets, if you dissolve in the water happen, this reaction is what? Delta H is negative. So this is an exothermic reaction. For this reaction, if increase the temperature, solubility going to be decreases. Okay. Next factor what we have, effect of pressure. Okay. Pressure does not have any significant effect on solubility of solids and liquids. Okay. It is so because solids and liquids are highly incompressible and practically remain unaffected by the changes in pressure. So here what is our condition? We are taking what? Our case is what? Solute is a solid. Okay. Solute is a what? Solid state in present. Here you have the solvent what? Liquid. Okay. So here when you take the solid as a solute, if you consider the effect of pressure, there is not considerable. Why? Because means already solids are because of pressure we cannot be compressed. Okay, solids we cannot be compressed, like gases, solids we cannot be compressed. For example, you take the sugar crystals. If you take, can you compress that one? No. Whatever the pressure you apply, it will be does not affect much more like our gases. Okay, so because of that reason, solids and liquids does not have more effect of the pressure. Okay, so pressure does not have any significant effect on solubility of solids and liquids. Why? Because means solids and liquids are highly incompressible. You cannot compress easily like our what? Gases. Okay, so practically remain unaffected by changes in the pressure. So there is no effect of pressure on the solubility of solids and liquids in the what? In liquid. Okay.